we're back. Thanks very much, JWP, for taking the time out. The the image is a bit funny. What are you doing? What are you on right now?
This is my iPhone from Australia. So my laptop's not here. My wife made it go missing, so I got to go back to the phone. So sorry if it's a bit blurry.
No, the picture's good, but we've gone all high tech on my Muay Thai, I think. So last time we were speaking briefly about the documentary, and we got cut off. But I just wanted to talk to you about that. Figure out how did that come about? How did you meet these guys? When is it coming out? What can you let us know?
Okay, yeah. Through friends of friends that come and train here, they happen to make movies, and they asked me if I'd be interested in doing a movie at first, and then we made a short 12-minute movie that we took to one of the film festivals in LA, and we ended up winning a few awards for best fight choreography, a few other little things, and then we're going to do a full feature. But because I had a few fights lined up, we couldn't fit into my schedule. So they said, "Oh, what about a documentary? We'll come and film you for a little bit while you get ready for your fight." So okay, and then after they talked to a few more people, they raised enough money to fly to Thailand, and then we interviewed a lot of my old opponents. Songchai, the promoter, we bought some fight footage off him. Um,
Amazing.
so they've been in the edit studio for 7 months. They've made a 90-minute feature, and then they've had a few meetings with a few different people. And at Village Roadshow, I picked it up here in Australia, and they're going to do a limited cinema release across Australia. And then
That's
and then
great.
they're
The,
going to handle the documentary for the cinema, and then the DVD and Blu-ray before Christmas. So it's
I
going to be
heard
really good.
you got to see your old trainer, someone you hadn't seen for ages, right?
Yeah, I lived at a camp for 4 years, and then that was my first time back at the same camp in 10 years. Hadn't seen my old manager or his wife, so it was a very very touching to go back there again. And the camp had closed down now, and all the ring had deteriorated. There was only like a few posts left, so
It's
it was very sad.
it's funny to look at the time that you spent in Thailand versus how accessible camps are to non-Thais these days, you know?
Yeah, it's a whole different era now. When I was there, it wasn't popular to go
Yeah.
to Thailand. Yeah, but these days, yeah, you couldn't get into certain camps either back then. It
No,
was only
it'd have to be an introduction, right? Someone have to know someone and vouch for you.
yes.
And,
So yeah, it's very different era. But now the Thais open the foreigners with open arms,
oh, it's like
and
a resort, isn't it?
yeah, well, it's money. Thais don't make any money anymore through fighting, so they need to make an income somehow. So the foreigners bring that extra incentive. Yeah.
I saw something recently on some sort of press release saying that the Thai government is worried that all these camps are springing up, so they're going to do some sort of like official, you know, seal of approval on these camps. Which to me, I don't know. It sounds like an opportunity to make more money, but I don't know. We'll see. It's been a super busy year for you. You've been in the media a lot, sometimes for fighting, and then sometimes for what do we call outside of the
Child
ring.
abuse. Child abuse.
Oh man, John Wayne Parr, the
Yeah.
child abuser, on my Muay Thai. So it's weird. Like as a person who understands Muay Thai, and we see children training in Thailand, I guess I get it, but obviously, anyone from the outside looking in will see this, be horrified, blah blah blah. I know that the Australian media came down on you really, really hard, quite harsh actually. Um, I mean, did you expect that? What were you thinking? What?
It all started because my daughter wanted to have her first fight.
Yeah.
I rang the newspaper, to see if they'd run a story to see if she could get her photo in the paper, so we could cut it out and put it in a scrapbook, and then keep it for forever. And then, yeah, when they heard the news that a 8-year-old girl was going to have a fight, they just took it and ran with it and just tried to destroy me. And then, being a news service, once it gets out there, all the other news services feed off it. So even though the first news story was full of shit, they didn't ask questions. Everyone just thought that was the truth, so they all took it and ran with it. And then it went worldwide. It went to we looked on Google like a couple of days later, and there was a story about my girl fighting with pads on in Afghanistan, USA Today, BBC, Germany. It went crazy. And then
Someone sent me a link, and it made it on. I think it was like the Today Show or Good Morning. It was one of like the U.S.'s really big morning shows. And
yeah,
honestly, it's like
USA Today.
Yeah,
USA Today did a feature on us on NBC. So yeah, it was cool. So at end of the day, it was a week of help because they don't understand what's going on. But now so many people come up to me on the street, shaking my hand in full, supporting what we're doing. Anyone that's got any idea, they understand. And then, if anything, it's just made us more famous. I can't walk down the street now without people not knowing who I am because I was all over every single news outlet across the Australia. So,
well, I imagine it's got to be pretty polarizing, right? There's going to be some people who are going to be like, screw the media, and then there are going to be some people who've already formed their opinion, and then they're like, you're going to be the devil, right? They're like,
yeah, no, I don't care. I took on every single news service available because I got nothing to hide.
Right.
It's the truth. Muay Thai is awesome. Muay Thai is so good for not just adults but for kids too. And if they can stay healthy and fit and have focus and have a goal in life, I welcomed every single news reporter to come and interview me. And no matter how much they try to shut me down, I just give them the truth. And then by the end of the interviews, 9 times out of 10 they were apologizing to me.
yeah.
So in the end, I won.
So what do you think? More fights for the young ones? Jesse James getting in there, and your daughter they got more fights coming up, or what do you think?
My kids don't have any fights at this stage, but we're doing a show this Saturday, and we got 6, 7 kids fights. So there's still the same age, 9, 10, 11. I think there's another little fella. He's fighting. 2 8-year-olds are fighting again.
Yep.
So it's amazing. They got pads on. The parents are so excited for their kids to fight. They're more excited than the kids are. So if the parents are behind it, why can't the general public understand that if the parents think it's fine, then everyone else should just stick their nose out of it. If they don't want their kids to do it, don't do it. It's like I don't want my kid to be a news reporter after seeing what they do. So yeah, it's double standards.
Cool. So, what are your future plans? What's up with you because before the big news was you were retiring. We had to talk about that, and it was like as soon as you say you want to retire, all these opportunities come to you, and it's just like as soon as you like, what's up for the next year? What do you see yourself? What are the plans?
At this stage, I hurt my wrist in my last fight against Mustafa. So that's repairing now. It's been just over 7 weeks. I'm starting to feel a bit more power in it again. So I'll start training again soon. My next fight's not till December, unfortunately. I'll hopefully be fighting a gentleman called Frankie Georgie.
Oh yeah.
That was a new challenger show. He's been doing really well in Australia and overseas. So he's only shot. So I think that'll be a great fight here down in Australia. And then February, hopefully I'll be fighting Kyle Hollenbeck.
Kai, you're fighting Kai, really?
Yeah, from the States.
Yeah. He's
talking to Nisa Fury in Adelaide. So that's going to be a really good fight because he's got an amazing record and that he's done really well for the States. American needs guys like him to help build the sport, I think. So
sure.
That'll be a really good one. April, I got another fight. Hopefully, there was talk about maybe Marco Piqué. I don't know if that's going to come off or not, but he's doing amazing. So see what happens there. And then I think there's another one in May. But yeah, so the whole
Wow.
retirement. there's
retirement talk is gonna have to sit on the back burner for a little bit, I think.
there's the because they're still against top quality fighters. It still excites me to train for them as well. I thought being a little bit older that it might be time to hang them up, but the money's good. The fights are exciting.
Take them while you can, mate.
I still got the passion. I still love what I do, and even I think the realization when I hurt my wrist as well. That sort of I'm in this void now where because I'm not training and I'm not fighting, I just feel like there's a big part of my life missing.
Wow.
So I don't know what I'm going to do once I do decide to really and truly have my last fight, because then I don't know.
Well,
I'll be
we'll talk about that another time. That's something for another day, mate. It's like there's no reason to start thinking about that.
yeah.
Um, is there I'd like to get every once in a while when I speak to the top guys, I just want to find out, is there any particular fighter out there, like past, present, anyone that you particularly admire, anyone that you think that he's an amazing fighter, love his style, love his
That I enjoy watching.
yeah.
Um, Giorgio Petrosian, he's amazing. The
Yeah.
guy's got the most ridiculous record in the game, and he just keeps knocking them over. And then they got the Badahari. Everyone likes watching Badahari. I like Gurkan Saki too. I think he's amazing. He doesn't look like he's that fit, but then he freaking just tears people apart. I love his aggression. Who else we got? I enjoy it, the MMA as well. I like watching Alistair Overeem. I watch George St. Pierre, all those guys.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I wouldn't do MMA at this stage myself, but I got a huge respect for those guys that do, because that's just a whole different violence. So
Yeah. I MMA. I'm glad that you mentioned this. Like MMA in the States, obviously, is massive, right? In Europe, it's so-so. I think in Australia, it's sort of so-so. What do you,
yeah,
what? Go on.
I was just saying, the UFC on pay-per-view. Yeah, I make sure I get the UFC every single time that it's available. It's costing me a fortune, but I really enjoy it. But watching MMA live in Australia, is the quality's nowhere near as the compared to the States. We don't do wrestling at high school. We don't have that ground game. We're very blessed where Muay Thai is the number one combat sport in Australia. We have regular Fox Sports shows. There's the matches covered. You've got magazines. It's really big. MMA's a good pay-per-view event, but watching it live, soon as two guys hit the ground and they start working off their back, you just can't see. If you're 3 rows back, you can't see what's going on.
Yeah.
So
what do you think about? Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, so what do you think about the future of Muay Thai? In the States, it seems like there are a few shows, few sort of well-known fighters are starting to get there. I don't know what that means, if it's going to be picking up, but I generally think, the more MMA becomes popular, the more people can sort of appreciate good stand-up. What do you think? What do you think about the future of Muay Thai? Have we seen the best days, or the best days still ahead of us, or what do you think?
I think America needs some heroes. I need the guys like Kyle that are making big headlines and knocking out people across the world. I think that's amazing for the America. Yeah, it's hard. It's big here in Australia, and it's getting bigger. We're pulling 4,000 or 5,000 people to a show, so
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's so fun. And then people with the TV shows like The Contender. Once that aired, my gym was so busy. We had so many people come and train. So we just need to keep in the public's eye with more reality shows, just like The Ultimate Fighter. Because of their shows, they're just getting record numbers.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, everyone enjoyed The Contender. That was amazing. That was just our sort of our. It couldn't get really any better than that. It's tough. I know. I wish they'd come out with another one, but I know it's unfortunately, a lot of times it's political and it's this and it's that, and stuff just never makes it. Never sees the light of day.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, listen, I'm gonna let you go. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your morning to speak with my Muay Thai. We love you. The guys on the
Yeah,
on the site are massive fans. So, um, can we do this? I'm gonna get some questions for the fella someday, and then maybe sometime in the future we'll catch up after a couple of your fights and check back in with it. Would that be cool with you?
it's easy. No worries.
Well, once again, thanks so much, and good luck for your upcoming fights, and we will talk to you soon.
Thank you.